Super Mario 64 is a game about getting to the top of things. All 15 major courses in the game feature some variation of scaling a really tall object, which is why it's only appropriate that the final secret involves scaling the most prominent location in the game, Peach's Castle. Within 10 seconds of starting a save file, you're shown every crevice of the outside of the castle. Lakitu's trip down from the sky is meant to wow the player. Yes, this giant 3D structure really is on your television in 1996. Look at the camera, just showing off all the castle's edges and depths, just taunting you to get to the very top of it. Yet, when you're exploring the grounds, there's seemingly no way to get to the top of this giant house. Triple jump doesn't work, wall kicks won't work, but there is this cannon right next to where you spawn. Now, grates like this aren't usually what blocks a cannon from being used. Those pink bob-omb signs usually are used for that. And nowhere in-game does it tell you how to unlock this cannon. So you just kind of have to keep checking back there, over and over as the game goes on. Until, of course, only after collecting literally every single star in the game does the grate finally open, and you get to do something you've wanted to do your entire childhood. And what you find up here is weird. Right away, as your movement naturally pivots to the 3 1-ups along the side of the main tower, you see, of all people, Yoshi the dinosaur. Such a beloved and cherished character, and he was up here the whole time? And upon talking to him, you're treated to something utterly bizarre. A typo in the second line. He mentions that they told me I might see you if I waited here. Who's this they you speak of? The government? Then Yoshi, the cartoon animal, breaks the fourth wall and delivers a message to, I guess, Mario, signed by the Super Mario 64 team. This is the end of the game, but not the end of the fun. Enjoy! Yoshi then stares at you, unmoving for 12 seconds, as he dumps 100 lives into your life counter. The sound effect plays every single time. To top off this odd interaction, Yoshi jumps into the moat down below and you can't find him, no matter how hard you look. Now, if I was some hack, I would make a joke here that Yoshi committed suicide or something. But no, silly. Yoshi is happy. You might think that the 100 lives is the only thing you get by coming up here. But completely hidden from the player until you start messing around some more is that your triple jump has been completely replaced. By something worse! Well, I suppose it has pros and cons. The cons are that you can't wall jump out of it and doesn't go as high. The pros are that it sparkles! Hooray! This same sparkle falling animation played whenever you entered a level in pre-release footage. So I suppose they kind of just cobbled together a new special move to give you out of what they had at the last minute. Speaking of adding things at the last minute, I'm starting to think that this whole top of the castle bit was added in at the last minute. Like, have you ever gone to the very edge of the top of the castle? You're bumping right up against the out of bounds here. You do the thing where you push up against something that isn't quite a wall since you can still move around and you can't wall kick off of it. But then you look down and, oh god, is that what the inside of the castle looks like? This may have been my first exposure to what an out of bounds area looks like as a kid. Being able to see a door and the fake inside area behind it from the other side like this is wrong, putrid, vile. But that's not all. Have you ever tried to interact with the coned roofs on the backside of the castle, like the ones with the flag on it? Well, tricked you, there's no collision on these triangles. Look at this shot. There's no Mario anymore. I've saved my best trick for last. Isn't it weird how, even though Mario 64 lets you go to the roof of the castle, it doesn't really let you go to the very top? Like, you can get the wing cap up here and try to aim for it with the cannon. I certainly tried that as a kid. But you just barely can't reach. And if you try to triple jump up here from the roof, whoops, you actually can only single jump on this part. Moron. Moron? Well, there has to be some way to do it. And there is. But before I do that, let's actually do this from a fresh file. Because, as some of you might know already, you actually don't need 120 stars to get to the top of the castle. I was lying earlier. With a well-placed triple jump in this exact spot, initiating a slide and then jumping immediately towards the roof, you'd have just enough height to ledge grab. And look, Yoshi isn't even here. That dude might be a bit of a gold digger, huh? waiting until we have all the stars to start unleashing his load on us. Stand in this exact spot and initiate a triple jump. Yep, you actually can triple jump here. I was lying earlier. And with that, we can finally reach the tippy top of the castle. Hey, you feeling alright, Mario? Well, there's not really much we can do up here now that I think about it. Hey, I wonder why they even restricted this from us in the first... Oh. Yeah, if you jump into the main tower at this exact spot, you clip right through and fall down into the fake room on the other side of the door. What a strange little area this is. Entirely farcical. And this exposes you to one of my favorite little quirks in this game. When you enter the door from this side of the door, you'd think you just enter the castle normally. But the side of the door you enter actually matters. When you go through, you're actually sent to the fake room on the other side of the door on the inside of the castle. Don't worry though, it's pretty easy to get out.